Oh, what a beautiful evening. Gorgeous sunset happening here magically through the trees. And I was just thinking about one of the most important skills to learn after any kind of emotional trauma is embodied authenticity, especially if you've had to deal with narcissistic abuse, but it doesn't have to be that. What happens is during that experience, if you dissociated, what did you dissociate from? You dissociated from your authentic self. And I wanted to give you a playful thought about this. So when you embody authenticity, it's kind of an exploration. It's a dance. It's a way of learning to individuate in the world, to become who you are. And so imagine if you were like a computer geek. Let's say you're a computer geek, and let's say you get reborn into a lifetime in the 1500s when there's no computers. Does that mean that you don't have a strong, authentic life purpose? No. So here's of course you have a life purpose, whoever you are, wherever you are. I believe that our life purpose, whatever it is, it's an embodied sense of authenticity that directly relates to what's needed. It's like life knows what this tree needs, and it provides what it needs. So your life knows what humanity needs, and it knows how you are best suited to be in service to humanity in this lifetime, at this time, in this moment. So embodied authenticity, in some ways, it's totally about you. It's totally about what are you thinking, feeling, needing, wanting, but it's also about your dance and interaction with humanity. One of the most important skills to learn is how to relate authentically with other people, but part of that skill set includes finding people who want authentic connection and who want to be embodied in themselves, because one of the greatest gifts you will ever give and receive in an authentic relationship is listening with presence. I've been asking myself, why are our members at Joy-Based Living continuing to do the 12 practices, continuing to explore Joy-Based Living? What is it that we've been doing for 8 years that we're doing right? I always like to try to name it more clearly and more clearly so that we can touch into it more deliberately and, strengthen it. If you name it right, you can frame it right, you can practice it, you can strengthen it. And I realize that it's one of the most essential skills, that we are not joy-based living if we don't practice these skills with each other, and that is listening with presence. And so in the Joy-Based Living 12 practices, the entire 12 practices are a repetition in different angles and in different facets of practicing honor, practicing embodiment, practicing honor, practicing embodiment. And when you do this about your feelings, and you do this about your desires and longings, and you do this about the ways that you've hurt yourself, in the ways that you're correcting that, and in the ways that you're relating with other people, what happens incidentally, that wasn't named right up front this clearly, is that you learn to listen with presence. You learn to listen to yourself, first of all, and you learn what it feels like to be hurt. Maybe it's not first of all. Maybe it's that dance between when somebody else listens to you with presence, especially if you're not paying them to, like a therapist. If they're there just listening with presence, there's something that the soul feels. There's something that the heart feels, and it's a sense of I'm being treated with dignity, respect, with honor. Now, I want to be clear about something, because, I can see things from all kinds of angles, and that is nobody at Joy-Based Living does this perfectly, including me. But it's a core value, and if I had to name one core value, it would be that. It would be listening with presence, because when you listen with presence, you create space. When you listen with presence, natural sense of compassion is activated for yourself and others. When you listen with presence, new possibilities emerge. When you listen with presence, you're never pressuring with an agenda for you or anybody else to be different than who you really are. I'm listening to the sound of the wind, a breeze, wind through the leaves on this fall day. It's just so beautiful. And so I want to offer that to you as a gentle contemplation. What would your life be like if you practice listening with presence more often? Listening with presence. And I want you to let your sense of what that means be really expansive, including listening to your pets with more presence, listening to your intuition with more presence, listening to the rumbling feelings inside of you with more presence, putting your phone away when you're having dinner, putting your phone away when you're having a special time with another person, including every single meal. Put your phone away so that you can listen with presence, and then you can honor the space between you and whoever you're sitting with. And I'll give you a bonus challenge, and that is, and I've done this, and people who know me know this, is having the awkward conversation to ask the other people to please honor the space between you, because you're so excited to be with them that you really want to feel like it's just you and them, you and this one other person, or you and this group of people, and that the whoever might be calling on the phone or texting or whatever, that they're not part of the conversation, that this is a special experience between you and whoever you're actually physically spending time with and physically sitting with food. So that's what I have to say about that. I hope that this gives you some food for thought and some clarity about how to strengthen who you really are, especially after any kind of trauma or narcissistic abuse or gaslighting or smear campaign. That's what I call them now, like bagel schmears, because I refuse to take it any more seriously than that. My authentic self, it always has a larger scope of energy and clarity and power than anything anyone else says or does. And that's what I wish for you. Stand strong. Be true.